Immigration link.
And I repeat,
Immigration link.
right now. Certified number one.
Schedule a consultation with me. Let me give you the telephone number right now. It is 1-800-522-0804. That's 1-800-522-0804. When you are calling 1-800-522-0804, you are calling to schedule a consultation with me. The consultation fee is $99 if you prepay or $120 if you don't prepay. I also want to remind everybody about our other departments at Spar and Bernstein as well. Our criminal defense department, we are not the typical plea bargain attorneys. We are the attorneys who are going to fight tooth and nail. We try many of our criminal defense cases and have won just about, if not maybe one or two we've lost out of, 20, 30, whatever it is. But I mean, we win almost all of them. Win by means that we get a better result in our criminal defense cases than what was offered pre-trial as a plea bargain. The number to call, Michael Biniakwitz, who's an unbelievable criminal defense attorney, 1-800-28-CRIME, 1-800-282-7463. Obviously, prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in any criminal defense trial, but we have had some great success in the past. 1-800-28-CRIME if you want to call for criminal defense. 1-800-282-7463. The other number I want to remind everybody is about our personal injury department, 1-888-I-GOT-INJURED, 1-888-446-8465. If you need to speak with Adam Handler, he has been getting millions and millions, and when I say millions, literally millions and millions of dollars for individual people and as a whole. I mean, he's another guy who doesn't take the first offer. He actually, his goal now is almost in every case, a jury's getting picked at minimum before we settle, because that's when the real money comes in. 1-888-I-GOT-INJURED, 1-888-446-8465. I'm going to run through the numbers quickly, and then we're going to go right to the lines. 1-800-522-0804 for immigration, 1-800-28-CRIME for criminal defense, 1-888-I-GOT-INJURED for personal injury. Let's go to the first call, please. Hello, you're on the radio.
Yes, bro.
Hey, what's up?
Quick question.
Yes.
I got a notice of naturalization.
Right.
Now, the question is, they ask for all the travel documents in your possession.
Uh-huh.
I want to know, since I have a valid Jamaican passport, when I give it to them, if they'll cancel that or take it or what? No,
they don't cancel. The U.S. government has no right to cancel a Jamaican passport. As a matter of fact, when you become a U.S. citizen, you're going to be a dual citizen between Jamaica and the United States. You're going to keep that Jamaican passport. And you will get eventually a naturalization certificate and an American passport. The reason they're asking for your travel documents is not to take it or cancel it. The reason they're asking is one of the requirements to become a citizen is that you have to have been residing in the United States for certain periods of time. And the rules are this: you cannot have any trip in the last 5 years from preceding the filing of your naturalization application. You can't have any trip for more than 6 months. So if you've been out of the country for more than 6 months in any given trip, that would bar you from becoming a citizen in the last 5 years. The other thing they want to make sure is that 30 out of the last 60 months that you've been physically residing in the United States. That's 2.5 out of the last 5 years. So the reason they ask for your travel documents is sometimes they like to look at the stamps in the passports and count the days if you're close. That's what they're asking for it. But they're not going to take your passport away.
Okay.
All right? Thank you. 1-800-522-0804. That is the number to call for a consultation. Hello, you're on the radio.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Brad?
Hello, yes, you hear me.
Can you say something about the DREAM Act? I think it passed last night. I'm hanging up. Yes, okay.
The DREAM Act did not pass last night. What DREAM Act passed last night? I'm unaware of any DREAM Act that passed last night. The only thing I am aware of, is that President Obama recently passed an executive order which doesn't require any consultation with Congress or any law being passed by Congress. And in that executive order, he said that the Immigration Service, the Department of Homeland Security, should take into account, if somebody is in deportation, should take into account whether or not they would have qualified for the DREAM Act had it passed, and should also take into account people's who may not qualify for relief from deportation, but if they have family members here in America and people who are non-criminal aliens, that they should take into account family relationships here, and in certain circumstances, they should decide not to enforce somebody's deportation, and if they choose not to enforce their deportation, they would give them a work permit. So there's many people in deportation now who otherwise would have, who are not criminal aliens, who just got caught up in the system, who may be eligible, who may not be eligible for any relief from deportation, but may be eligible for deferred enforced departure, or for President Obama's executive order, which basically defers somebody's deportation and provides them a work authorization. Now, there are people out there who are saying on the streets, and even I've seen even advertisements for it, that did you know the laws have changed? The laws have not changed, okay? And in order to get this work permit, you would have to be placed in deportation. So I am not in favor of placing people in deportations to get work permits, because what if the government decides to enforce your deportation? Then you're going to get deported. Or even scarier, what happens if Obama doesn't win election in a year and the next president comes in and says, all these people have been ordered deported, we're going to enforce their deportation. So it's not as simple as the DREAM Act passed. It's something that President Obama is trying to do to alleviate in really severe and bad cases, people who are getting deported who have family here and who are otherwise good people and shouldn't be deported. Now, we don't know what's going to end up over time, and certainly you should be very weary of anybody who says place yourself in deportation and you can get a work permit.